Now at 6 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, schools increase police patrols over an increase in social media threats. Plus, how the Victoria County Elections Office is making sure that every eligible voter can cast a ballot this election day. And the suspect in an El Paso Walmart shooting appears in court.
We are looking at, of course, the remnants of what used to be Tropical Storm Francine. It's way up here in Memphis where it's raining. We're on the clear side of everything. As a matter of fact, while we're going to get warmer this weekend, I still think you're going to enjoy it. We'll have the latest on that coming up in a moment.
And the Cuero Gobblers worried about the Oakland Bulldogs tomorrow night. That's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News now at 6. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Shawna Currie. Don Brubaker has the night off. The Victoria County Elections Office wants to be sure that all eligible voters in Victoria County are ready to vote come Election Day, November. So this coming Tuesday, the Elections Office will be part of a 50-state effort to register voters before November. They will have registration drives at Victoria College, the University of Houston, Victoria, the Victoria Public Library, and the Elections Office. The deadline to register to vote for the November 5th election is October 7th. Very important date. For more information about National Voter Registration Day in Victoria County, which again will be Tuesday, or for specific information regarding the November 5th general election, including sample ballots and Election Day polling centers, visit our website, crossroadstoday.com. Well, 2 Victoria students arrested today facing charges for making a threat of school violence. Just before 12:30 this afternoon, school resource officers at Victoria West High School were notified by school staff that 17-year-old Brennan Gray made a threat to other students that he was going to commit a crime with a weapon. He then left the campus. Deputies found Gray at his residence in the county, and after questioning him, he was arrested and taken to the Victoria County Jail due to his age. Gray was charged with making a terroristic threat. And within minutes, the school resource officer at Cade Middle School also received information that there an 11-year-old male student made threats that involved a weapon towards students and staff. He allegedly sent it through the Chromebook messaging system. The school resource officer immediately detained that student. After investigation, the student was arrested, taken to the Victoria Juvenile Detention Center, and charged with terroristic threat. Officials say the 2 cases are unrelated and no weapons were found on the students or campuses in either incident. But a wave of social media threats targeting schools, including images of guns and statements about school shootings, they're making their rounds all across the country. Today, police presence was heightened at every Dallas ISD high school, as well as Fort Worth ISD's Wedgwood Middle School. Threats also spread in Waxahachie and Kemp in North Texas, but were deemed non-credible. The Dallas ISD police chief says the increased security is a precautionary measure, not a response to any specific credible threat. So this brings us to today's viewer poll. Should parents be held responsible if their child makes a school threat or carries out a school shooting? Yes or no? Right now, about 88% of you say yes, that the parents should face some kind of consequence if, if their child makes a threat. So continue to vote, and we will have the latest numbers on 25 News now at 10. To vote, you can either scan that QR code on your screen or go to crossroadstoday.com/vote. Well, you could certainly feel the humidity creeping back in today. First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Mac Perez joins us now with a look at our weather. Mac.
Yes, you could. As a matter of fact, the morning fog and low clouds that we got, that's a clear sign that all that moisture that was blown out is slowly creeping back in. Next few mornings, we could have a little bit more of that morning cloud cover, but afternoon sun and warming temperatures. Here are the remnants of what used to be Francine. It's a post-tropical storm, and it's producing a lot of rain in the mid-Mississippi Valley. If you have friends in Nebraska, they're really happy now that it's finally raining. We'll take a look at your weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you, Shawna.
The defense team for the El Paso Walmart shooter Patrick Crusius is accusing the state of misconduct. His team is claiming that the state violated Crusius's rights and acted with outrageous conduct. The defense is asking to dismiss charges or remove the death penalty from consideration. The state is accused of intimidating witnesses, violating a gag order, interfering with attorney-client communications, and withholding evidence that could favor the defense. Currie has pled guilty to federal charges for killing 23 people and wounding more than 20 others on August 3, 2019. A Texas DoorDash driver wants justice after men on horseback blocked a road and then shot him. Gage Golding reports.
It's kind of funny when you take a order from Pearland and it throws you out into the country.
In the life of a DoorDash driver, you never know where you'll end up or who you'll meet along the way. On Saturday night, DoorDasher Matthew met the wrong people on the wrong road. From the Panera in Pearland to out near Rocheron, he was about to make his delivery along County Road 57.
Not far down the road, I run into a long line of cars.
The holdup is these three cowboys on horses.
It was clear to me they were looking to start trouble. It was a game to them.
Matt says they wouldn't let anybody pass, blocking both lanes on this rural road. Matt taking this video showing trucks going in the culvert to get around. He waited his turn, but they wouldn't budge. That's when he asked them to move.
They told me to shut my up.
Trying one last time, he went to go around them.
One of them dismounts off their horse. Another rider got to my right and blocked me off. And then the guy who gets off in front of me said he was going to pop my right here.
Matt floored it.
That's when I hear basically it sounded like an explosion.
That explosion that Matt heard was actually a bullet fired right at his trunk. The round going through his trunk and headed right toward Matt's back, but miraculously hit that frying pan. The bullet did make its way through the back seat. There's a hole in the cushion right here, but luckily it didn't make it into Matt's seat. Police finding the bullet laying right here.
I feel like somebody had my back. I didn't even understand the night when the cop that found the bullet was like, "You're really lucky."
Lucky and now livid, Matt wanting whoever these guys are to be found and to face justice.
Didn't seem very well thought out on his end, which is why I want him caught, because without any repercussions, it's obviously likely he's going to do something like that again.
The Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office says they are still investigating and also working with partnering law enforcement agencies.
Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick wants the Texas Senate to re-examine how the state conducts runoff elections and recommend new laws aimed at stopping protesters from covering their face when the legislature meets next year. Now, to read this full Texas Tribune article, come to our website, crossroadstoday.com. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. When you're there, hit the like button and click the notification bell so that you know when we upload new content. Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News Now at 6, share prices of Trump media plunge following his presidential debate performance. Plus, Navient settles for $120 million over misleading student loan practices. What this means for affected borrowers. The share price of Trump media plunged more than 10% one day after his debate with Vice President Kamala Harris. The company's stock closed at its lowest since Truth Social owner began trading as DJT on the NASDAQ back in March. Trump media says its business depends partly on Trump's popularity, and analysts say its value will rise or fall with his electoral prospects. Wednesday's drop may signal some of Trump's supporters were unhappy with his debate performance. Trump owns 57% of the company, but it's unclear if he'll sell his stake when a lockup agreement ends September 19th. And the Trump campaign is selling shirts inspired by Taylor Swift's Eras Tour merchandise, following Swift's endorsement of Kamala Harris for president. The campaign promoted the shirts with a message reading, "Calling all Swifties for Trump. Get your Trump era shirt today," and included a link to buy them. The shirts use a similar design to Swift's, but feature photos of Trump instead. Swift's endorsement included a link to the voter registration site, resulting in a surge of over 400,000 visitors to the site. Well, Vice President Harris and former President Trump are back on the campaign trail today after taking a one-day break from campaigning to commemorate the 23rd anniversary of 9/11. As ABC's Perry Russum reports from Washington, Harris is trying to build on the momentum from her debate performance.
Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump back on the campaign trail today. Trump in Arizona, Harris in North Carolina. Her campaign says she is now entering a more aggressive phase on the campaign trail. Her team says she is looking to build momentum after what they're calling a decisive debate victory.
I think that we think today was a good day, and it kind of was.
Trump also declaring victory, but would not commit to taking Harris up on her offer to debate again.
Are we going to do a rematch? I just don't know. We'll think about it.
The former president is facing fallout for pushing false claims on the debate stage, including about Haitian immigrants eating people's pets in Springfield, Ohio.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
The city manager in Springfield says that did not happen.
It is disappointing that some of the narrative surrounding our city has been skewed by misinformation circulating on social media and further amplified by political rhetoric.
After the debate ended, Taylor Swift endorsed Harris in a post on Instagram, also posting a link to vote.gov. And since then, that website has had more than 300,000 visitors. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
A former CIA officer has been sentenced to 10 years in federal prison. Alexander Yuk Chin Ma was convicted of conspiring to provide classified information to Chinese intelligence officials. He tried to sell classified material for $50,000 more than a decade after leaving the CIA. The 71-year-old obtained those documents by photographing them while working at the FBI bureau in Honolulu as a linguist. But his hiring was part of a sting operation, as agents were aware of his ties to China and monitored him from the start. Navient has agreed to a $120 million settlement with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau after a 2017 lawsuit alleged the company misled borrowers. The suit claimed Navient provided bad information, leading to overpayments, miscalculated payments, and credit damage for disabled borrowers. $100 million of the settlement will compensate impacted borrowers, with the rest going to the Bureau's Civil Penalty Fund. Navient, once the largest student loan servicer, stopped handling loans in 2021 and will not re-enter the federal student loan market. Jared Isaacman has made history. The billionaire tech CEO has completed the world's first commercial spacewalk as part of SpaceX's Polaris Dawn mission. Isaacman emerged from the capsule into the vacuum of space for about 10 minutes. While peering out, he said, quote, "Back at home, we all have a lot of work to do, but from here, looks like a perfect world." Isaacman did some bending around to test out the new spacesuit that he was wearing. All 4 crew members are being exposed to the vacuum of space, but only Isaacman and SpaceX engineer Sarah Gillis are actually exiting the capsule.
That's a great view, would you say? Although a little scary when you're up there floating in space. Anyway, folks, we had a pretty good looking day today. We had the morning clouds, a little fog, and there you see the haze in the cloud cover. That's all that moisture coming back into the crossroads. 93 is the current temperature, and that is also, well, 94 was the high that we had today. A little bit warmer and a little bit more humid as we get to the weekend, but by and large, I think you're going to like the weekend. We'll talk about that, and we'll take a look at the tropics coming up in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Well, Francine is falling apart. It's still raining, however, in the mid-Mississippi Valley, which is okay. They needed the rain. You know, the Mississippi has been at record low levels. Some of the barges can't even go through some of the bars there because of the lack of rain in the watershed, which is up to the north in the Dakotas. But so they're getting some strong rain there, and that's okay. Of course, the storm did cause its damage. Lots of power lines down, trees down, and of course lots of damage in New Orleans all the way up into Mississippi as that thing moves away. For us, we of course were on the backside of it, and everything was lovely until this morning. That's the beginning of the return of the Gulf moisture. You know, we have to have that around here. That's part of our nature, and you can see just gently how a little bit of pop-up activity is kind of rolling around in this fashion. That's because we're here slightly being influenced by the path of Francine, but by and large, as the weekend rolls around, you'll see more humidity around the area, but I don't think we're going to see any kind of rain activity around here until maybe Monday when a couple light showers develop. But there you see the rain activity, and of course, for those of you that are still tracking, post-tropical storm is at 33.8 north and 89.8 west. That is the latest or the last coordinates for that system. Now, take a look at the big picture, and we look out at the Atlantic. Couple of systems, one right off the coast of the Carolinas, another one close to the Virgin Islands. Here is a tropical depression. It's number 7, and so they're going to watch that carefully. But, you know, then again, there's another one of these coming off the coast of Africa. Now, the Atlantic can continue to be busy with tropical activity. The thing is, once our frontal systems start moving down all the way down to the coast, it's going to be hard for any of them to blow through that stuff. So I'm thinking that it's looking real dark for any additional tropical activity. Meanwhile, other side of the world, the Pacific Ocean, this is the Baja California Peninsula. This is Eileen, I believe. This storm is going to roll into Cabo San Lucas. Normally these storms go out to sea, but this one is making a hook of a turn, and it's going to be rolling up into the desert southwest. Now, while we have a tropical storm in the Sea of California falling apart, some of that moisture may affect our area. Now watch that. See how that thing comes up into the Gulf, and then it falls apart, and look at all that moisture starts streaming over our area. We won't get any rain out of this, and certainly we're not getting the storm. There's just too many mountains, but the cloud deck is going to be interesting to see what it does to our weather as we get into the weekend. A couple of little frontal systems now beginning to try and make it into Texas. So there's hope. There's always hope, but hope that fall will arrive soon. All right, not a bad looking day, partly cloudy, high of 92. And in Cuero, lots of sunshine tomorrow and a high of 95. Yeah, but the humidity is not that bad. This is not August heat. I mean, that was tough. I'm glad that's over with. 96 downtown and then 95. By the time we get to Monday, Tuesday, we'll see a few little afternoon sprinkle showers, but that wouldn't be anything significant. That's your 7-day forecast, reminding everybody we do have a QR code. If you scan that with your phone, you can put Crossroads Today on your phone. Here's Shawna.
Well, another fantastic football forecast for this weekend. And Max Williams joins us now with a look ahead to our sports.
Yeah, that's right, Sean. I can't wait for football Friday night coming up here tomorrow. But today is Athlete of the Week, so I'm going to tell you who that is coming up in sports. All right, today is Thursday, and that means it will be our Athlete of the Week. And again, we had a lot of different Athlete of the Weeks going on, but who will it be tonight? We're going to Victoria West with quarterback Dominic Martinez. Here's sports reporter Ray Robinson with more with our Athlete of the Week.
Your Athlete of the Week is coming fresh off a victory in the Battle of the Boot. Victoria West Dominic Martinez had a great performance, leading the game in passing yards with 163 and rushing for 66 yards. It was an uphill battle for the West at the beginning, but through Martinez's leadership, he helped lead his team to victory.
Nerve-wracking at first, we had a little up and down at the beginning of the game, throwing that pick and then they scoring off that drive. We didn't expect it to go like that, but, I told my receivers, I told my O-linemen, hey, let's pick it up, let's keep going, and let's not let that affect us.
His leadership comes from his love for the game. This love stems from early on in the journey as he explains how football continues to keep him grounded.
Since 8th grade, man, they had said that it would make me a better man. And I stuck with it, and I kept on coming to school, coming to practice, and it's shown. I became a better man for myself, for my teammates and my friends, really. And just sitting in the shadows, it really showed me a lot. It taught me a lot, and just being a starter for my senior year, I feel really good.
And although this is his final year as a Warrior in the newly constructed division, Martinez's approach never changes.
Yeah, the travels are definitely going to be longer. It's just a new district, really. It's nothing really. It's all football, man. You know, we're just going to have to study, watch film, just do our thing, listen to coach, and just follow our rules and just keep on playing football.
Ray Robinson, KAVU TV, 25 News Now, Sports.
All right, now from Victoria West to Yoakum, which will be our game of the week between the Cuero Gobblers and the Yoakum Bulldogs. It's a massive rivalry in the Crossroads. This will be the 115th edition of these teams playing each other. And right now, Cuero is 1-1 at the moment. Again, they lost to Columbus week 1, but they got a little payback against Lavernia last week. And Jackson Marie and wide receiver Walker Dietz have been a great combination to start off this season. And then also, again, expect something else from Yoakum. They head into the game 2-0. They had close wins both over Calhoun and Industrial. And Trey Cuellar, and also has been a big factor in the quarterback spot. And then 5-star commit Xavier Barnett has been huge for the Bulldogs. So this game's going to go down to the wire for sure, I think, tomorrow for our game of the week. And then that brings us here to our viewer poll. Again, getting into it, who will win the game of the week right now? The majority is going to the Cuero Gobblers here at the moment over the Yoakum Bulldogs there. And again, we'll see how this changes up as we usually do going into the 10 p.m. show. Now to end the show, I wanted to go down to Bloomington where they have their home opener tomorrow against Ben Bolt. And the Bobcats, they're 1-1 this season. And I had a chance to talk with running back Amari Gardner and offensive defensive lineman Jordan Longoria about what they need to do to win their Week 3 matchup.
I help a lot with the running game, of course. You know, my blockers, they do an amazing job helping getting me into the open field. And really without them, I wouldn't be in the position I am.
Just go out, play hard. Everybody has to do their thing for the running back to get the ball out and stuff like that. Quarterback throw the ball and stuff.
Longoria ready to help bring some energy to the team tomorrow night. And again, like I mentioned, in the home opener versus the Ben Bolt Badgers, the kickoff will be at 7:30 p.m. That's going to do it here in sports. Shawna, back to you.
All right, gotta love Friday football. Well, stay with us. We're back in just a moment, and we'll have a story of a runaway penguin who is found safe after nearly 2 weeks at sea. But how typhoon conditions may have helped her survival. A runaway penguin has been found safe in Japan nearly 2 weeks after going missing. The 6-year-old penguin, known as Pen, escaped into open waters while traveling with staff back in August. Typhoon Shanahan helped keep her safe, though, because no boats could operate. So it avoided collisions and fishing nets being around, Pen getting into any of that. But Pen was finally spotted Sunday swimming near the beach where she actually first went missing, but she was 45 kilometers away. So,
yeah.
still a little bit of a travel there.
And she realized that, where's the lunch lady,
Bobbing, but no
Nobody-
injuries, good condition. Her keeper at the zoo even said that she passed substantial droppings, meaning she must have found some snacks along the way. So I'm sure she fended for herself.
She was a runaway from the circus.
I'm glad she's doing good. It's like
Yeah.
Penn and Teller. So
Yes.
all right. So quick recap of our weather.
You
Looks like
bet.
we've got lots of sunshine.
The weekend is good. A little bit of morning cloud cover, lots of sunshine, about 95 for tomorrow.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 10.